family. Merry Christmas, everyone. My name is Christie Ramirez, and I'm the owner of Soul Coaching. I am here with all of you today on Merry Christmas Eve to await the birth of baby Jesus on Christmas Day at midnight. And it's a beautiful day today because this reminds us the true meaning behind Christmas, right? It's about the Christ in the season. And it's also about becoming more like Christ and remembering that this Christ consciousness lives within us all. It is when we tap into this true innate love for all of humanity, for self, for others, for everything that God created on this planet, and for his beloved Son, who he incarnated onto this earth to sacrifice for our salvation. And God's plan for salvation today is very powerful because, we all know that humanity has its ups and downs, and humanity is beyond perfect, right? It's nothing but perfect. But Christ came here to demonstrate that perfection is possible. And this is what we learn in my School of Light, that perfection is possible because it's the imperfection that makes us perfect. And it's whenever we do make mistakes, we have that opportunity and also that door of atonement, which is seeking forgiveness from God, even forgiving oneself for past mistakes and perhaps having chosen the wrong path. And God will forgive, and we learn from God and how Jesus also forgave unconditionally, how we can also be very forgiving. And that is one of the main themes of this Christmas season. It is that of forgiveness. Forgiveness is something that's going to set us free. Forgiveness is what's going to take us into heaven. Forgiveness is what's going to remove all the burdens that we are carrying on our shoulders. And forgiveness will truly bring us into this new world. And after Jesus died, right? Because if we're to now look ahead into the whole life story of Jesus, he was born a baby boy. And this little innocent baby boy had no idea what his journey was going to be ahead of him, which was that of a lot of struggle, a lot of challenge, and a lot of even trauma, you can say. And there's this word on the tip of my tongue, a lot of just tribulation is the word that I wanted to bring in. He underwent a lot of tribulation, as well as his family, right? His father Joseph and his mother Mary. They also suffered because of what Jesus suffered. But he didn't suffer in vain, and that's the important thing, right? Because he suffered for the well-being of all of us. And I know that sounds a little bit paradoxical, and even martyrdom, right? Because Jesus and God do not condone martyrdom. It's not about being a martyr on our journey. It's about giving and receiving. It's about giving back to self so that we can give to others. And even Jesus said this, love thy neighbor like yourself. So Jesus taught us very powerful lessons as he grew older on his journey. Remember, he had a relatively short life. His adulthood was only about 3 years. He left us at the age of 33. And between those ages of 30 and 33, he really taught us powerful lessons. And he not only taught them and preached them, but he role modeled them. And that's why I chose A Course in Miracles to read at my spiritual book club in my School of Light, because those are his teachings that have been translated for us and have been written in this book, made solid into stone. And those are teachings that are going to help us to shift our perspective, change our way of living, so that we may start to embody our higher self by dissolving the ego, letting go of fear, and choosing unconditional love. So that's what we're really celebrating today on Christmas. It's so much deeper than we can even expect, more deeper than the Christmas tree, than the gifts. But at the end of the day, it is also about that, right? Because even baby Jesus received his 3 gifts from the 3 magi. And I want to say, as a little fun activity right now, just like baby Jesus received these 3 magical gifts because they were from 3 magi, We are today being bestowed 3 Christmas wishes from God himself. And it can be anything. It could be your little miracles. So put your wishes maybe even in an envelope and keep it there. And maybe Santa will fulfill your wishes the next day. So that's something that I wanted to begin with all of you today. And this is the letter that we've all been waiting for. If you've all been watching my Advent messages, which were my IGTV series, it was absolutely free. And if you haven't, you still have time to watch it. It's 24 days till Christmas. And we are here on the 25th day, so it's a very special day. Because this is the 25th letter that God has reserved for us today. And he begins by saying, Merry Christmas to all. This is a video about awaiting the birth of baby Jesus. So we will be doing something very special. We're going to do a little bit of a short prayer, a sacred prayer circle, something that I always do in my School of Light, part of my Ancient Wisdom series. There's a whole year of a 365-day series of my sacred prayer circle and also a Bible study class that helps us to understand deeper the actual Bible, which was, remember, it was books written by different prophets time after time based on their experiences. And the Old Testament is before Christ, but they knew that they were awaiting already the Messiah. So this coming of Christ, the first coming of Christ, which is what we're celebrating today, because Jesus was only born once on this earth so far, is what's been written ages and ages ago already. It's been already written in the stars. And this again also proves this to us, because this is also about the Bethlehem star that led the 3 Magi to baby Jesus, to where he was being born, right? In the nativity scene that we see here, which I chose specifically for Christmas, it also gives us this message of hope that whatever it is that is your dream, your mission on earth, right? Because that's what this big star represents. It's something that your whole life is built upon. You're working your whole life and you're building your whole life towards this star, towards this dream, towards this future. And God is reminding us that even though it's out of reach, you're gonna get there. And right, because we never really reach the stars unless we ascend into heaven. And that's a little bit of also what the message is. Don't forget to enjoy this present day living now, this moment right here, because the destination might be at the very end of your life. And that goes for everybody. It doesn't have to be a special mission or anything, but it's just the way that life is. You know, many people's greatest moments are actually towards the end of their life. Their best relationships are usually their last relationships, the person they choose to marry. Their career has been at its ultimate success after they've dedicated most of their life building their skills and their talents, mastering their craft. So everything is sort of at the end of it, but the end can also be enjoyed. And that's another phase that we go through. And that's the phase that God is giving us hope towards, that it is coming, and sooner rather than later. So let us begin by opening our letter today to see what baby Jesus and then grown Jesus has to tell us today. So today's message, remember we were always also interpreting the little sticker behind. This is now the empty tree. So this is of course now when we start to bring down our Christmas decorations after Christmas, start preparing for the new year. And this is interesting because it says naughty or nice as well. And this is again who's going to receive the blessings or not. Those 3 wishes that you put in your envelope, if you've been naughty, it might not be this year, but if you've been nice, then you most definitely will receive this year some gifts because you deserve it. And also this is about the kind of like also the Judgment Day, which is very interesting because the first coming of Christ was a Judgment Day. And it was very interesting as well because it was during the Dark Ages that he came, which was the age of Pisces. And it is said that the second coming of Christ is prophesied in the book of Revelations that is going to be coming during the age of Aquarius. But we're just at the very beginning of it. We're still in the climbing stages of this age of Aquarius to reach the peak of it. He reached the bottom peak of the Dark Ages. So he came during the worst of the worst moments. And that's when the people needed him the most. And I have a feeling, now no one's talked about this, but I have a feeling that he's gonna come back when we're at the peak of our best of our best. So like the complete opposite. So we still have a long way to go, obviously, because we're still peaking up this world. But it's not that farther than we think. And we can start living this heaven on earth right now by being nice, being good people, being of service, being in our truth, in our light, always staying according to your soul purpose, and never sacrificing anything for that. Because remember, Judgment Day also is not when he's going to literally come back on earth, but it's also your final day on earth. That's your personal Judgment Day, and we never know when that day is. So life is short, and don't take this for granted. And don't wait till the last minute to make your amends, because it might be too late. So this is a powerful message. And remember that, after also the death of the ego comes the resurrection, the rebirth. After Jesus metaphorically died to his physical flesh, which is also the temple to our ego in a way, but also to our higher self, he came out with his true self as his spirit form, the Holy Spirit. And that is also our reminder that we are more than just physical flesh. We are more than just the ego, which is the mask of who we really are within. We are the deep soul within us. And that's the important thing. And that's who we should live through. We should live through our higher self. Now this one's getting very difficult to open, but only those with the skills can open, and with the tenacity and the patience to await these gifts will be able to open these new doors and these new gifts that are here for us, right? The unwrapping process. And I do feel like the unwrapping process is also a whole nother process of it. So enjoy every single moment of the gift wrapping and the gift unwrapping process, metaphorically, in your life, with the gifts that God is going to bestow upon you. And day 25, we have Christ in you. And this is also a gift in and of itself. Having the Christ within us is a beautiful gift, because this is enlightenment. This is blessing, being blessed. This is protection. This is being sacred. This is being the chosen one. And that's a beautiful way to end today's message. This is about living through our Christness and sharing this Christ, walking in our Christ consciousness, and teaching this Christ consciousness. And this hopefully will get others also on this ship, on this train, the God train, the Christ train. And it's a beautiful way to end today as well, because this is also the new beginning that's coming in for us. The birthing of Christ. We're now awaiting this whole new life ahead of us, starting this new year. And now it's about nurturing these new projects, this new life phase, in partnerships, spiritual partnerships. Mother Mary, the divine feminine, and here Sacred Joseph, the divine masculine, protecting the little Messiah, baby Jesus, who was helpless as a baby, right? Just like a little puppy is helpless, a little baby is helpless, and it's up to the parents to do all that they can to shield them and to give them the best of their teachings, and to give them the best that they have to offer them, because that's the best that parents can do. So this is also about forgiving our parents as well, if that means anything to you, because baby Jesus, he wasn't just a human, right? But his parents were human. So obviously his parents were like above the regular human parents, because they were very, very good people. They were so pure that they were basically sinless in a way. But it was said actually that the father Joseph wasn't as perfect, right? But he was chosen for Mother Mary, which was a Virgin Mary, by God himself. And even though he was a widowed parent, right, because he had actually other children, he was the chosen one for Mother Mary. And that's important today, because again, this is about the atonement. That just because you're not perfect doesn't mean that you're not sacred, and doesn't mean that you can't return to your sacredhood. And this is your opportunity this new year to make your amends and start afresh, start anew, and going on your right path, being on the nice list this next year. And if you've been on the nice list, continue to do your work, because goodness is coming. It's all over us. So let us await the resurrection, which is around Easter time, right? That's when we celebrate Jesus' rebirth, his resurrection. So I do think that that's very important as well. And of course, I'll be showing up with a special Easter message for that. So let us now enjoy the next few months till Easter, which is the next 40 days and 40 nights. And let us truly go within, do the healing necessary to return to our true holy nature. Have an amazing and beautiful day. My name is Christie Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. And if you need personal guidance this new year, please book a session with me at christieramirez.com/booking. Namaste.